muscle control. So we're going to be the hopping back into the book to resistance training evolution. And we are still in the introduction of the book, but should definitely be getting into the first the chapter or topic as well. The secrets are real and honest information, not newly sold by the mainstream fitness industry. And what? I not. It's partly because it is hard to sell ineffective workouts and bogus supplements without lying, and partly because real long-term success does not come from beating your body in the gym or by starving yourself. In the resistance training revolution, you're going to gain information and learn techniques that most people will never know. Here's a brief rundown of what I have in store. A program for getting lean, defined, and strong as efficiently as possible without wasting ridiculous amounts of time while working out, regardless of your age. How to get maximum results in in more time. So no more slogging away at endless, ineffective bouts of mind-numbing cardio. Which is a great way to get nowhere. Effective home workouts that you don't have to waste time in your busy schedule going to the gym. The exact formula for nutrition that makes losing fat while sculpting your body a breeze and for the long term. You'll learn the secret of intuitive eating to get the body you want while enjoying a broad range of delicious foods. You will not feel starved, deprived, or you're on a diet. Raw fitness truths that will show you what works and what doesn't. You'll be shocked at how easy it is to build lean muscle and lose fat once you understand these truths. And once you train your body the right way. The newly discovered health benefits of resistance training in terms of heart health, bone strength, joint protection, and especially anti-aging. Inspirational strategies that help you make fitness a lifelong habit. This book is for everyone to be, be, begin, beginners, intermediates, even advanced exercisers. I, I will I will meet you where you are with new information and techniques that will not only change your body, but also the way you train. There's more, and I can't wait for you to discuss of it. I can't wait for you to start getting compliments on how great you look. I can't wait for you to begin feeling healthy and energetic after we get started on this journey together. Losing fat, building lean muscle, and getting healthy isn't as complicated as the fitness industry wants you to believe. The resistance training revolution is your way to get there. It's time for a change. It's time for a new approach. It's time for a revolution. If you want to get in superior shape, do it in a healthful way and stay that way for life. This book, this is the book for you. Welcome to the evolution. Said artist Stefano. Okay. Paul. Part 1. The metabolic fat burning solution. the the cardio craze. Why it's making you fat. You've just caught yourself reflecting in your full-length mirror. What happened to that once flat tummy that now hangs over your jeans? Or maybe your doctor said you need to shed some pounds and is worried about your ever-soaring blood sugar. Or perhaps someone snapped a photo of you easily, and it made you realize that maybe you let yourself go and should be doing something about it. I'm no mind reader, but let me guess what you're probably thinking. I need to do something about this. So you decide to lace up your athletic shoes and start walking or jogging and go on a diet. Or maybe you're ready to pull out that treadmill that has been gathering dust in your basement. All good, but but I'm out. Yes, it's great that you want to lose body fat and and get in better shape. Good feel. I commend you. But slow down. The exercise choices you make now can determine whether you lose weight and get fit temporarily or forever. Much of the motivation behind weight loss and fitness for many people comes from a place of hating their body and hating the way they look. And that is okay for now. But don't let those feelings drive you to make decisions that are not necessarily the best ones for getting in shape. So if you're tying your treadmill and ready to do laps around your neighborhood, you're about to head down the, the wrong road, the road of cardio exercise, to get to your goals. As I emphasized in the introduction, focusing on cardio activity for fat loss is a fantastic way to fail at fat loss. Before I explain the reason for my shocking statement, let's have a heart-to-heart talk about cardio exercise and why it does not work as well as you might think. Cardio exposed. Cardio, also called aerobic exercise, is any form of repetitive body movement over a period of time that promotes the circulation of oxygen through your blood. Aerobic means with oxygen. When you perform cardio exercise, you breathe faster, so you inhale more oxygen. Your heart beats harder too. This gives your heart a good workout. The heart becomes more efficient at taking in oxygen and supplying it to every part of your body. Examples of cardio exercise are walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, rowing, and aerobic dance classes. I bet a lot of people have told you you must do cardio to lose weight. This is untrue. The cardio fat loss relationship is greatly misunderstood. In fact, cardio is absolutely the wrong form of exercise for fat loss, especially in the context of the modern lives we lead. Let me elaborate. Up until 12,000 years ago, all humans were hunter-gatherers. The environment was busy and very active, and food was scarce. We moved a lot just to get even a few calories to sustain them. Our ancient relatives had to walk miles to, to get water, find edible plants, and forage for seeds, berries, and other plant foods since agriculture had, had not yet been invented. They had to hunt food for animals and eat their flesh for food and calories. After spearing an animal, they had to track or run it down until it collapsed from exhaustion. You think they burned a lot of calories from walking, running, and being on the move, right? But this is not what happened. Their body had become very efficient at using the few calories on which they survived. They took in just enough to support their high level of activity. Their body and ours learned how to burn fewer and fewer calories so as to survive off the few calories that they were able to catch or 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 forage for. Unlike that of our hunter-gatherer days, modern life is busy but very inactive, and food is everywhere. We mostly hunt and gather at the drive-through. Cars, cars and other vehicles have seeped into our culture to such a degree that if we could walk or bike somewhere, we don't. Social, social media and the rise of online shopping have made us even more immobile. We used to have to leave our house to go shopping or meet our friends. But now that we do it all over a device while sitting on your couch, and of course, watching TV for hours on end is a national pastime. Our sedentary environment encourages obesity, and the current obesity epidemic does not show any real signs of slowing down. Very important. We are also surrounded by easily accessible and highly palatable foods. Fast food, junk food, processed food, and sugar-laced food. Within a mile or two of your front door, you can probably grab a, a double cheeseburger with fries and a milkshake. At no time in human history has this ever been the case. In bygone days, food was hard to come by, and even harder to get. Prehistoric life meant prolonged stretches of, of near starvation. Surviving on much needed reserves of fat to issue. Nor was food ever this palatable. We now we now have foods that are combinations of flavors, textures, tastes, and aromas that literally hijack our bodies in the natural system of satiety, which is the technical term for feeling full. Typically, packaged in boxes, wrappers, and other containers. Those same foods are also, are also engineered to be addictive. In fact, multiple studies in labs so that they can get hooked on junk food in the same way that they have become addicted to heroin and other drugs of abuse. So we have a lot of audience running around craving bacon, Twinkies, and and tater tots. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. Studies on humans are even more revealing. Research shows that people will naturally eat roughly 500 more calories every single day when the diet is high in processed, ultra palatable foods. Think about it this way. If I took 2,000 calories worth of plain white boiled potatoes, no salt, no but I don't nothing, and I in front, put them in front of you, and told you to eat it all in 30 minutes. It would be impossible. You would gag. Pat. Added fatigue would kick in, and you'd wave your white napkin in the in into the handle. But if I served you the same potatoes, but fried, salted, and processed in the form of a bag of potato chips, that's 4 to 5 potatoes, I guarantee you'll be able to wolf down the whole bag. And maybe within 10 minutes. I'm not picking on anyone. That I've done something similar myself. So here we are. That sedentary and exposed to food that is highly palatable and ready to grab. Practically on every street corner. No wonder it's so easy to pack on pounds and even harder to take them off. So what is a body to do in this day and age? The very best insurance against these modern life factors is to protect yourself with a faster metabolism. But that won't happen unless you kiss your treadmill and other cardio stuff goodbye. Cardio slows down your own metabolism. Metabolism is the sum of all the chemical reactions in the body cells that convert food to energy. Simply put, it is a food to fuel process. The body needs this fuel to do everything from moving to thinking to grow to growing. When someone tells you I have a slow metabolism, what they are actually saying is that their body burns calories very slowly, and that is why it may be difficult for them to burn fat. This person's body burns fewer calories than others similarly built people do. In other words, they have an efficient calorie burning body, not unlike a hybrid electric car. If efficient does not mean good or positive. It means that there is a slowdown in calorie burning. In fact, the fact that the body is very efficient with calories would have been an advantage in ancient times, when food was scarce. Remember, our ancestors needed lots of calories to hunt, gather, and move the tribe from place to place in search of new hunting grounds for food and survival. So a metabolism that quickly reduced its energy needs was a good thing in hunter-gatherer days. Over time, the human body evolved to burn fewer calories, the result of thousands of years of evolution. But in our modern sedentary society, where, where food is plentiful, tasty, and fattening, this is now a detriment. You don't want an efficient metabolism. You want a metabolism that burns a lot of calories, even if you just sit at your desk at work. Under these circumstances, an efficient or slow metabolism is a disadvantage because it increases the propensity to store fat and all the negative side effects that come with that. Obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other casualties of an unhealthy lifestyle. So the challenge is to abstain from food rather than find it. Exercise, if you choose the right type, can really fire up your metabolism so that you burn fat readily. But the one form of exercise that does not accelerate your metabolism, your your metabolism is cardio. Here is why. First, when you do any form of exercise, it stretches the body. Cardio does this in ways that make you better at cardio. Sensing the stress, the body aims to become more resilient to the stress, so it can better handle it. That alright. The the getting into the first the first the topic of the book. Well, the good for the night and till then next time.